There we go. All the rest of it is, but that little bit down there was sandstone. We don't want it to be sandstone because it really does matter. This is one of the things I love about this game. You actually have to pay attention to what you make stuff out of because what you make it out of dictates the properties that it's going to express as that tool. You're building insulated tile? Make it of something that has insulating properties. Do you want to know what has insulating properties? Things that require a significant amount of energy to be input into it in order for it to change its temperature. Also, things that have a that aren't very conductive of heat energy. Super, super, super important. And I love that about this game. It's one of the things that I really geek out about it. It matters what you do. Right, okay. That's it. I don't want any more of that being brought around. The rest of the sandstone is going to be easy for me to move. Okay, I returned to that. Sorry for my absence, but when IBS calls, it calls. TMI, Leafin, I really wish that I could read English faster than I can. Sadly, I cannot. And so yeah, you're welcome, chat. You're welcome. There you go. Your brain is now itchy as well. You guys are weak. No, you know what's weak, Leafin? Your digestive system. Wait, this was your first run? To this point, yes. I have played it on and off. I covered it when this first came out, before it was released, like on my YouTube channel. And it's always been a game that I've kind of been fascinated with, but I've never really played it enough to get anywhere. For example, in this run, it was my first time I've ever done anything with oil. Like, all of this was just brand new to me. It's the first time I've ever done anything with oil or even getting to the core of any asteroid at any time. First time I've ever tried to tame a volcano, and all of this is relatively new to me. So, or rather, is brand new to me. The core concepts behind it, it's just science. So, I mean, that part isn't new in the same way that if you've written any kind of code in your life, then whilst you might be brand new to a different language, the core concepts of programming are already known. So you've kind of, there's a lot of synergy. There's a lot of there's a lot of skill kind of cross-pollination that you can apply. But yeah, this is basically my first run. This is the first time I've done anything with space, which is why I've built such like. It feels like I should be doing so much more than what I am with space right now, but I'm unrealistically proud of what I've got, frankly. Unrealistically proud. Have I seen petroleum boilers? That, not the building. I'm not sure. Like, are you talking about, do I understand the principles behind Oni's game? Yeah, like in a couple of the earlier episodes, we actually spent a time poring over the elements list, and it became clear that certain liquids, they kind of change what they are as they move through stuff. So, for example, that's fine. Where's crude oil? I think it's up here. So, crude oil. When this melts, instead of turning into a gas, like it doesn't evaporate. It turns into petroleum. Now, petroleum, when it evaporates, turns into sour gas. But sour gas, when it liquefies, turns into methane. And methane, when it evaporates, turns into natural gas. And then natural gas can just flip-flop between methane and natural gas. But you can basically take oil and turn it into natural gas to power your natural gas stuff. There's a lot of weird things like that in Oni, and again, we've caught on to some of them. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of them, but some of them really, really stuck out at me. And magma is another one. So many things turn into magma, and magma always turns into igneous rock. So you could melt a lot of stuff in order to get igneous rock if that's what you wanted. You turn it into magma. Mind you, I say that like it's easy. You were talking thousands upon thousands of degrees worth of heat, but you could turn it into magma and then cool it, and then turn it back into, then get igneous rock out of it if you needed it. But we've got tame volcanoes for that. But yeah, no, I'm really, really interested in everything in it. Speak of someone who is rather knowledgeable about all things Oni. Hello, Ica. Hello, penguins. How's the waddle doing today? Please make your way in. Say hello to the many people in chat right now who may or may not already know about you, but they're about to find out quite a lot. Leave in if we could get a shout out command, please. Ica. Now, let me put this in perspective. For those of you who know that I like playing things like RimWorld and stuff like that, I'm quite knowledgeable about those games. I know a lot about them. I know tricks and little tips, little shortcuts to navigate around certain instances. It's why I tend to keep massive colonies of insects, whereas everyone else is like, oh my god, insects run away. And I'm like, no, they're friends until they're not, and then I'm forced to run away. But we don't talk about that. Ica is that, but for Oni. Ica is probably one of the most knowledgeable people about Oxygen Not Included that is around streaming at the moment. I'm sure like everything else is always a bigger fish, but Ica is a very friendly fish who you can watch over on his Twitch channel at all times of the day, because if he's not live, then there will be VODs. Please do give him a follow, especially if you're enjoying Oni. If you're not already following him and you enjoy Oni, you will be very pleased to find that he's got an enormous amount of content on this game. An enormous amount. Nuclear waste has a better heat capacity than anything barring supercoolant. Making a neat coolant, sadly, it falls out of stuff. That is a shame. That is a super shame. Yeah, there you go. Ica has put nearly 3,000 hours into Oni on Twitch. So again, if you enjoy Oxygen Not Included, you absolutely need to be following Ica. Oh, and Mojo as well. Leafing, can we get a shout out for Mojo? Everyone is showing up today. My lord, there's going to be a party of content creators in my chat. You better be fearful, viewers. They're moving in. They're going to start elbowing you off your seats at the table. How you doing, Mojo? Mojo, again, fantastic content creator. Much more focused into games like Oni. But you would often find Mojo partaking of a little bit of Factorio here and there. So another very, very complex, very satisfying simulation game in many respects. Though I suspect that there are very few players that exist that have quite as much of a love affair with combinator magic as I do. Not that you'd imagine. I've never really showcased any kind of like any music creators or things, and I'm never like, okay. Again, the whole thing about Bigger Fish, I've never made a video within Factorio that plays on LEDs. Okay, that is on a whole other level. But for completely over-engineered solutions to problems that weren't problems until you decided to over-engineer them, I'm your guy. Mojo, on the other side, the person to watch if you actually want to see someone complete the game. You see, there is a terrible heavy toll when you're playing Factorio and you get sidetracked by combinators. You never get to the end. There is always something else you want to build. It is just the way of things. That's kind of annoying. Alright, I think it is time for us to actually start this going. I'm going to set this to above 0 degrees, and this to above 0 grams. There we go. Now, these are going to... Well, actually, they won't turn on yet because I haven't hooked them up. But this is going to start emptying out all of the atmosphere in there. I know exactly that struggle with components. I'm so thankful for that the logic in Oni is as simple as it is. Because the combinators in Factorio can eat your life. Oni can eat your life in many other ways, but Factorio combinators have a certain special kind of magic. I heard Rimmel will get an update soon. Will you be playing it? Yes, absolutely. I'm already playing the 1.3 beta. So we're playing around with all of the neat stuff that's been added into the base game with it. We will be getting to the actual ideology reasonably soon, yes. The problem with Oni logic, Iker, is there's so much else going on. Factorio has the beauty in that it doesn't slow down in the same way because it's not simulating atmospherics or liquid dynamics. Also, your combinators don't tend to get too hot and then melt. Because Factorio it doesn't worry about such things as, oh, I don't know thermodynamics. You can dedicate far more of your time with the combinators in Factorio into doing crazy stuff. Yeah, ideology looks amazing. I already feel that like, well, the way I put it to Alex actually recently when I was chatting with him is that I would pay for just the like based vanilla game improvements that 1.3 adds, much less the stuff from ideology. It's going to be a little while until this is emptied out, this area, but we should be able to get it all sorted soon. Hey, heat problem isn't a thing if you play right. If you plan right, rather. You're right, but you may have missed a little bit of what I said. It's still simulating the heat. Whether it becomes a problem or not doesn't matter. Oni can't really do logic on the scale that Factorio can because it's thinking about too many other things. Which is both a pro and a con to Oni. Oni has got many, many, many things that it's having to keep track of. Factorio is mostly like, is there a biter trying to eat your face? If not, just apply more logic to the combinators. We do have a new printable, but unless it's steel, I don't imagine it's going to... No, it's lava lag, we're just going to reject it all. Oni eats my life in the sense of I go, oh no, my duplicants are starving, and this one has encased themselves in a cask of Amontillado. And when did it become 2 a.m.? Yeah, that's pretty fair. Yeah, the logic in Oni is huge. Like, you can do really complicated things with it, and again, it's one of the things I really like. Like, most of my base in some of the more interesting places is fully automated. And I really like playing around with the with the automation logic. But with Factorio, you can the scale is a lot bigger. Like, you can go full ball. Yeah, Factorio logic is just logic. It's more conceptual than anything else. Oni applies the physical requirements of how do you get this circuit to do, to actually fit this circuit into a practical space. Yeah. Having the like, if we like actually cored out enough the Asteroid and just allowed the atmosphere to just get sucked out into space, the simulation would run significantly faster. Ica, this is spaced out with the DLC turned off. So I've got all of the upgrades, like the performance improvements and many of the new buildings and the quality of life improvements, but it isn't running the actual DLC. Is everything done in there? Yes, it is. Good. Right. Now then, I want this if it is above, and this is above 150. And that should have shut it down. There we go. It should now be allowing liquids in. Yes, it is. Let's put that back down to a normal amount, and then it promptly wait and see if there is liquids moving through this now. There should be. There we are. Oh god, but spaced out with the large asteroid start is so good. I haven't had an opportunity to try. I really want, like, I've gotten to the space point in this, and I realize that spaced out has changed a lot of stuff, but I really want to actually get to space. Like I've said, this is for, beyond the point where we actually cracked into oil layers and started playing with oil. This is like a first time for me. I'd like to finish what we started with this colony before moving on to the DLC. Right, let's get all this done. This is the base game without all of the additional doodads from the Spaced Out DLC. Right. Oh, well, one thing I probably should do is add coolant into the loop. That's also a thing. Yes, it is. We should probably have some coolant in the loop. Surprising how that works. Huh. Okay, well, it's going to be fairly easy for me to set up. Just need a little place. About here will do. Let's make it... well, that's fine. Actually, let's make it down here. That way I can get rid of these. I wasn't in that mode. Need to get rid of this. And this. Actually, I'll sink it down just a little bit more. Down to there. We'll pop a pump in there. We'll have a bottle emptier here. And I'll fill it with a little bit of petroleum. Liquid pump goes here. We'll want a pipe heading up. Actually, we'll use the same pipe as this, I guess. And then just chunk it across. I forget what side the power is on for a pump. It doesn't matter. I'll just hook this up. I imagine it's on this side. Yeah, Oni did get Steam trading cards, yep. Indeed. Right, that has now basically shut off the pipe, allowing any more liquids in. Got a decent amount. We've got 2 kilos per tile, so that'll be a nice amount of pressure when all is said and done. Let's get all of that hooked up. This actually needs to be a high priority now. Well, to be fair, all of the piping does, but let's just get this done because it's going to take longer for me to actually fill in properly. Also, that can now be deconstructed. Hey, a piece of fire. Just here to say this. Very well. We shall wait in anticipation. I wanted to play Oni, but I didn't like that I had to go to another asteroid to get up. Yeah, so that seems like that with a large asteroid, you're not going to have to do that. So hopefully you will enjoy, CEO. I'm not going to make it out of steel. I refuse. Also, cancel that. We don't need it. It's fine. Why am I replacing it with lead? I don't even. Who's entombed? Okay, never mind. It was probably a shovel again. Whoever brought up ideology, sincerely, thank you. Wasn't aware of it, but it looks awesome. Hooray, more Rimble. Oh, yeah. No, even just the updates that have been added as a consequence to the base game are out of this world good. Out of this world good. Is this a new playthrough? No, this is the same base we had before. Slowly making progress. I just want to get to space. I want to finish at least one full game before we start playing with Spaced Out properly. Oh, wow. That bubble has definitely pushed a lot of CO2 up through here. Has become super condensed. This was all polluted oxygen and oxygen at one point. Yeah, it's managed to trap this oxygen to 4 kilos there. Right, let's set this one up. Auto bottle, liquid petroleum. Classic late game Oni. Bottom of the map, full of CO2. Oh yes, very much so. I'll show you. All the way down here. CO2 from that point down, basically. With a couple of pockets of different gases, but mostly CO2. And down here, it's raining CO2. Ah, frozen core. How we love you. What time is it where I am? 11:08 a.m. We've been going for a solid... coming up to 8 hours now. Yeah, I started streaming at 3 a.m, yeah. Hopefully. It'll either be Manu or Tok who bring this along. What's up? Manu, where are you? Manu's off on other adventures, very well. Let's pause it for a second. I would like to see what Manu is up to. What are your priorities right now? Store plastic, bottle emptier, store gold amalgam. Store crude oil, store eggshell, store petroleum. Okay. Hang on, what? Why is plastic being stored in here? Oh. Probably something to do with those? I don't know. A very hot place for me to be storing plastic, though. When does that kick in? I really don't want plastic being stored in there, frankly. Please make sure that that's being stored elsewhere. There it does. Okay. Sorry, peeps, but you're going to have a stupidly high priority order to move this plastic, because I do not want that turning into naphtha. In fact, we're going to pop that up to a priority 9. Enjoy. I've just got an alarm to wake up. Hello, Death 13A. I know you've been it, don't worry. The relaxing thing about Oni is, unlike Stationeers, I don't need to worry about my O2 igniting if it gets too hot. You know what? I have been thinking a lot about playing some Stationeers on the channel. It's been so long since I played it, I imagine it is very different. I imagine it's very, very different. Stationeers is so fun. I wish I had friends. Are those two statements connected? I feel sad. Why do I feel so sad all of a sudden? Oh, there's stupid amounts of germs in here, but thankfully there's no germs where I don't need where I need there to be no germs. Like, there's slime lung all over the base. But then you look in here, beautiful, breathable, no germs. I mean, unless you count floral scent, but we don't count floral scent. That's why I like floral scent. Buddy buds and bristle blossoms, so much floral scent. Keeping those nasty germs away. Loads of clay in there, which is fine. Actually, a lot of it is automated in here. I tend to try and keep it automated when I can. But there is a lot of clay around the place because all of these are now working. Ika, you will have a laugh, okay? If you're still here, anyway. First and foremost, when I opened up the save for the first time with all of the spaced out DLC stuff going on, I had 13 million calories worth of food, mostly stored in some sterile CO2. Unfortunately not refrigerated though, so that went goodbye very quickly. But we're more or less stable at about 200,000 calories, and that's fine. But the other thing that I didn't take into account is that deodorizers now needed power. So for the first half of the stream, none of my deodorizers were doing a damn thing. So ever so slowly, the whole base was getting filled up with sweaty CO2. Not the greatest thing. Not the greatest thing, truly. Still waiting. He lives in the UK. Sunrises are debatable. This is true. Okay, Manu. Okay, their priorities are getting a bit better. Priorities are getting better, slowly. Playing Rimwand on a hard mode. All 4 of my colonists have 0 shooting. And at most 4 melee. Yeah, that is pretty tough, to be fair. I suspect Aavak is a vampire since he always streams from midnight until sunrise. I mean, don't know what you're talking about. Count of Acula is nothing but a joke. Has no relation to anything. Okay, all hooked up. I'm probably going to have to change this a lot. The moment we've got a ship out in space, things will probably change quite a lot. All we've got on is a research module. Actually, on that point, I still need to hook it up to a proper transformer. We basically need 1 for each gantry. because it's a little bit too much power otherwise. It takes 1.2, I believe, which is kind of annoying because it means that, yeah, you know, poop. Let's have a look. Right now, what I could do is have each one of these hooked up to a similar one, just so that there's a little bit more draw on the power, frankly, just to justify it a bit more. Sure. There will be one... Okay, let's pop that over. 1, 2, 3, space, 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. You just finished What We Do in the Shadows. Oh, that film is so good. That film is so good. Easily one of my favorite vampire flicks. And it came out of nowhere as well. That was the best part of it. I was not expecting it. Now, dunk 1, 2, 3 would be around here then. 2, 3 around here. Actually, no. Right. Now, as long as we don't activate this, it shouldn't draw any power, so that's the main thing. But as soon as that is all hooked up, I will disconnect this part. Quickly. Oh my lord, again, more jobs to do. This is excellent. Stop having fun. Go do work. Sadly, right now we need to continue bringing in loads of clay. Maybe what I should do... Actually, you know what? Let me go and increase the priority on that. This. Yeah, oh, that's why. Ah, I'm a derp. I need that to be on priority 8. There we go. Oh, my lord. There I was saying, oh, herder, why isn't this happening? Oh, I haven't seen the show. I do apologize. I've seen the movie. I've not seen the show, though. Well, I imagine it's going to be just as glorious either way. The show is amazing. You even get cameos of the guys from the movie. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, well, what was going to be something nice and quick does not appear to be happening nice and or quick. We've actually exhausted our production, our stockpile of petroleum. feeding more in there, but it's going to take a while. I think they've just shut off because our batteries are charged enough. Now it's just down to 2. How is... Yeah, there's plenty of natural gas coming in. A little bit worrying. Just a titchy bit. Oh, there we go. First little bits of petroleum in the loop. A little bit more. It's going to take a bloody long time to get it all going, though, but oh well. It is what it is. Maybe I should have gone for oil. The only reason I'm not going to use polluted water is I have no idea how hot this is going to get. But given that it's a steam engine, one would assume it's going to be the temperature of steam, which is too hot for polluted water. Well, maybe. If it's 120 or more, it would be a problem for me. I must say, but my brain is getting too heavy. Your brain is getting heavy. What a wonderful way of explaining that. As always, thank you so much for the relaxing stream experience, Aavak. Good night and have fun. Including the O2. I will definitely try to include rather than occlude the O2. I promise. Got 6.5 kilos available in here. It'll take a while, but we'll get there. We've got more than enough oil to take care of everything, but... And we are slowly getting more molten slicksters. In fact, we've got 2 molten slickster eggs, which is glorious. Little by little, things are getting better. We've got a lot of CO2 now starting to build up. Let's have a look at what the temperatures are like in this system. 32. It's coming in at 46. Why is that? I need it. I need it to be more than just 1, otherwise it skips. Unfortunately, they need to be accrued in a larger line. I could use a valve to try and force the matter. It would make this significantly less efficient, but it would allow it to work, which might be all I need to do. So, to that end... Sure, okay, let's do that. Let's disconnect this on a 9. Someone get up here and do that right now. Let's hope that we don't... Oh, actually, no, let's disconnect this one, because if we do catch it just as something's going through... it'll at least fall into the reservoir, the little reservoir we've made. New principles available. Yep. Right, what we want is a little valve, liquid valve, right there. We'll make it of gold amalgam. Dunk, and then pipe that through. Now, once that's built, make that on a priority 9 as well. Once that's built, we can reduce the volume of liquids in the pipe to spread out the minimal amount of liquid that we have a little bit more aggressively. Cycle number is impressive. How many cycles can this game handle before it crashes and or the save file gets corrupted? I have no idea, Goldwraith. Goldweight, sorry. Goldthwaite, even. I managed to read your name 2 times incorrectly. I impress myself sometimes. Sure. I will take dirt to add to my 2.5 tons. No, sorry. That isn't kilos. I will take 0.5 tons to add onto my 2,511 tons. That'll be fine. Yes. Can never have too much dirt. Apparently. There we go. Right, I would like this to be 1 kilo, not 10. It's going to start spreading things out a lot more. Actually, no, it's not. I should do, actually. Has that been switched over? Make sure that that's nice and high. So I do want to be able to get that working properly quickly. I have lots of jars of dirt, it's true. Captain Jack is ever so envious. Right, I'm going to leave it on just 1 kilo for now. That at least means that this is going to run a lot. In fact, we might have enough now for that to be running constantly. That is the main focus, is to get... Yeah, there we go. We do have enough now for that to run constantly. And little by little, it'll improve. So this is going to start heating up this room. And then we will start to produce a nice amount of 31 there, 47 here, 32 there. Yeah. This will start to move more and more and more heat around. As we fill this up, I'll be able to relax the valve to allow more throughput. So now it comes down to getting all of this built. Sadly, some of it I need to build ladders for, which is actually kind of annoying. Okay, I want everything done in here at a rather high level. There we go. This is the most important thing for our whole system right now. Ways to improve game performance is sweep up all of the debris on the ground. Another is to separate your liquids and gases. Having hydrogen and oxygen in the same place means that the gas has to circulate. Yeah. Sorry, the game has to calculate how they interact, so on and so forth. Yeah. There's a lot of ways that you can improve the performance in the game. There are lots and lots of ways. This has gone up to 70 degrees now. Won't be too long before this starts to create steam. Once that happens, this will start to load the steam engine. Also, on that note, you know what? We actually need a new name for this. See rocket list. You know what's coming next, chat? Hopefully you have enough dapper ducats for this one. I am going to be kind, though, and I'm going to prop the price down to its normal amount. There you go. All right, you ready? I hope you are. Boom. Who is going to be our rocket? So what you're telling me is... liquefy all my gases, solidify all my liquids, and store all the solids in bit. Yeah, actually, that would help. Enormously, in fact. But we are waiting on a name for the rocket. Doesn't look like anyone wants the rocket. My lord, how cruel. Hot rocket. It's going to have a complex after this. You know that, right? There we go. Thank you very much, Miss Minnie. Miss Minnie shall name the rocket. That would have been fantastic, Hungarian Lewis. Just naming the rocket what? But no. Miss Minnie has decreed that the rocket shall be named me. So I imagine that Miss Minnie meant to name it Miss Minnie. If not, do let me know and I'll adjust it. If you actually wanted to name it me, then we can totally make that happen.